Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Agent Lee with a Monday morning update for Bitcoin. I want to start with this chart and look at how the parabolic was quote-unquote digested. So we had this parabolic run during the 2014-15, and it was digested with an 87% correction. When it goes parabolic, first, it doesn't last. But second, it has to be churned, digested. And the only way to do it is to correct, and usually correct deep. That means towards the 0.88 or 0.94 Fibonacci's. And this one sure came to 0.88. I mean, it was well within the cloud of the 0.88. Then we had a mild type of rise, which was at a 45 degrees, which is healthy. And if it kept going like this, it would have been most ideal. However, after that, it just went parabolic like this. And this parabolic move also was too much too fast. It had to be digested. And that digestion in this correction during the 2018 took a whole year. This took a whole year as well. And it declined a bit more than 85%. So again, towards a 0.88. If we look at the rise, from December 2018 to June of 2019, this year, we see that it was parabolic. So this was too much too fast, even though it was not to the degree of these. Now, in this case, in these two prior cases, we had a 45 gentle slope to a parabolic. In this case, we had a 45 gentle slope to parabolic. Now, as I had mentioned in prior videos, this bull phase will be different. That is the theme of this bull phase, to expect the unexpected. So while the prior runs had a gentle phase and a parabolic, gentle and a parabolic, we are getting a parabolic, and likely after this correction is complete, we'll get a gentle rise. So in a way, reverse of the two prior bull phases. So given that this is parabolic, if we take the average of these two, 85, 86 or so, then what we can say is this parabolic has to be digested. And if the prior runs were 85, 87, then we can say maybe 85%. But again, this is going to be different. If not 85, maybe 94% to make it just different. So if we do target the 85%, that's 4,758. I'm not saying this is my target. I'm only giving a prior relationship and asking as many what-if scenario questions. So what if price does go to the 4,758? Well, in my opinion, okay, that's fine. The RCI will take me out. What if the price goes to the 4,000 to maybe 3,500 or 400? Okay, I'll be probably, most likely, be sitting in cash somewhere around the 6K region, or maybe even the 7K region. I don't know. So in this case, the parabolic digestion, and the parabolic digestion, and after it's complete, it's likely to take a slow run towards maybe even to year 2022, or maybe late 2021 or so. It'll go slowly. And then, since this was parabolic, this will go slowly. Maybe it may not give us the six figures. Maybe it will. Or maybe it'll give us a gentle phase and then still go parabolic to the six figures. No one knows. But focusing on the present, I think the 85%, if not the 94%, maybe the 3Ks or the 4K, very low 4Ks, could have the potential target, and that would certainly be different. The fact that we're getting a parabolic ahead of the gentle slope. So I wanted to put this on the table from an awareness perspective. There is a large consensus out there when I did a poll on Twitter that people are expecting mostly the 6K region. Okay, if that is the case, then it certainly jives with this sturdy support, and it may bounce off and maybe bounce hard all the way to 8K from the 6Ks. These were hard bounces. Look, and there should be a bounce coming sooner or later. If that bounce is to the 7 or 8Ks and you do get stopped out at, let's say, 6.7K, you will feel the FOMO. That's for guarantee. You will feel the FOMO. Maybe it'll not bounce and just cut through this like a hot knife through warm butter, just like the way it was cut through right here. They may do the same, cut right through it and go straight to the 4Ks. I don't know. But there seems to be a good support in this region from a volume perspective and from this. But given how this was cut through on the upside, it may do the same thing on the downside. And that certainly would have it free fall pretty much into the 4K region. So if the RSI takes us out somewhere in this region, we certainly can get a lot more Bitcoins in the 4K or even the 3K region. Now, if we go below, if we do go below, it's likely that the ICI will not give a buy signal in these regions. The ICI will probably still have it above the price, the line going above the price, and wherever it happens in this region, if it ever goes there, will likely mean that we may not get a buy signal for a while, if that is the case. However, I really would be very surprised if we go to this region. Now, if we go to the 3-4K region, here's the way I'm thinking about it. If you're still holding Bitcoin, you'll be suffering quite a bit. But let's say you're in cash, you'll be like, oh my God, what a buying opportunity. Now, there's a very different way of seeing this, through suffering or through opportunity. And if you're in cash, you will most likely see everything as an opportunity for every decline, every new or low. And if this is where the RSI gives us the buy signal, you should buy it very, very greedily. Now, just like up here in this, while we were going up, you had FOMO. You had to buy. You buy. As we're going down, I can almost assure you, for newbies especially, that even when down here, when the ICI gives a very distinct and clear signal to buy, many will not buy. Why? Because they will be overcome by fear. Fear will not let them buy, even though the strategy and the tactic and the signal will say to buy. That is very common. But awareness of that potential, that probable potential of how fear will try to overcome any strategy to buy or signal to buy that's triggered and confirmed, will give you tremendous advantage, because you will not be surprised by it. You will be able to think above it. That's, I think, the key thing that awareness enables. To me, awareness keeps the panic away, both on the FOMO side and on the fear side. It's a dual action concept. It is important to note that this week, which started last night, open below the ICI. If we close below the ICI, I will be looking to sell into the valleys. So let's say we go close below, we rally all the way back up to 7.3K, I'll be selling into that valley. Is it possible that we get stopped out here, okay, we exit, price comes, and then immediately gives us a buy signal? Yes, it's possible, but usually not that very likely, because again, the 50-week moving average is a slow moving average. So it's not very erratic. It's cross up, down, although it has been doing that pretty much here, sewing up and down across the moving average. So yes, it is potential. There have been times when I bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold. Yes, that is potential, but it is unusual. Not rare event, but unusual. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting price, if we close below this, for the price to stay below the ICI line for weeks to months, maybe into March, April. Ooh, God forbid. What about the halving? Again, the theme is to expect the unexpected. And if we do that and get closer to the 0.88 and 0.94, into or maybe even past the halving, that will be the shock and awe effect for anyone not even aware of that potential, or rather those who are in denial of that potential. And that is usually the killer of quite most strategies, denial. And denial is also driven by hope. Hope and denial are highly attached. And the hope and denial are never functional together. So again, we've opened below the ICI. I'm going to wait until we close, or we may close above the ICI. So this week will be 10. Okay, and then I will go to the next week to see if I can get an open and close below the ICI. There is a potential that we can still close above the ICI. So let's see what happens with patience and with a good amount of discipline. All right, I hope you found this to be helpful. Have a great day.